Hello everyone, and welcome to
Kingdom Kids!
Story time!
And we are the Morales family! Yay! I'm Pastor Etz.
I'm Mara.
Judah!
And we're here to share with you a story today regarding God's provision for our life. Are you guys ready, Mara, Judah?
Ready!
Alright, but before that, we want to welcome everybody who's watching. We want to welcome... Hi everyone! We want to welcome all the parents.
Hi guys!
And we want to welcome all the kids.
Hi kids! You must
Hi everyone!
Hi!
We pray that as a family, you come together every Sunday at 2 p.m.
Yes.
PM.
Yep, so you can join your kids together. And then right after this,
You can watch this.
yeah, you can watch this. And right after this, we have a Zoom room waiting for you immediately after the broadcast where your kids and the teachers from Kingdom Kids can meet and they can have a great time processing and talking about what they learned today.
Yep, that's true.
Yes, and you can, and I have my own Zoom account, right?
Yeah, Judah joins the Zoom account as well.
Judah will join also.
So are you guys ready for the story?
Ready!
Alright, the story today is about Jesus feeding.
5,000 people!
5,000 people!
Wow, that's amazing. So the story begins with Jesus, and we wanna now please understand this. This is just for just the sake of showing.
Yes.
We're gonna
It's
use.
just for fun.
It's just for fun. We're
It's
gonna.
always fun.
Yeah.
It's good that you tell stories a fun way, right?
Yeah, and so we're using. They're just pictures of. This is not saying that Jesus is a superhero or the superhero is Jesus. We just wanted to.
Jesus is a superhero.
We just want to make it fun for the kids and relatable. Are you guys ready? Yeah? Judah?
Iron Man saved the world and Jesus saved the world.
Okay.
It's a
So, so they're both superheroes. Alright, so today, our story is about Jesus feeding the 5,000. So, our first character will be... Where is he? Here you go.
Iron Man!
And Iron Man will present... Who is he supposed to represent today?
Jesus!
Okay, why did you choose him for Jesus?
Because they saved, in the movie, Iron Man saved everyone.
He sacrificed himself to
Yes.
save
And
everyone.
Jesus sacrificed himself on the cross for our sin.
Oh,
Amen.
that's good.
Very good. So Jesus fed 5,000. So once upon a time, Jesus was walking. And Jesus was preaching like he normally did, right? So as Jesus was preaching, the multitude, so since Hulk is the biggest of the Avengers, will make him the multitude. And you can see Hulk is kind of angry. Roar. Why are you Hulk?
He's like your keychain.
He's like my keychain. Hulk, why are you angry?
Because I'm so hungry!
Oh, so we see as Jesus was preaching, the multitude, which is Hulk, got hungry.
I'm hungry! I'm so hungry!
So Jesus said to one of his disciples, who is one of the disciples? Let's use... Oy. So, yeah, this is Philip. So Thor will play Philip. This is Pastor Amara's crush. So, ouch. so,
Mom likes Thor.
yes, but mom likes dad more, right?
Yes!
Yes, so...
Okay, go on, tell the story.
So back to the story. Can I borrow? I'm Philip. So Jesus turned to Philip, and Jesus told him to do what? Correct. Feed.
Feed all of them.
Okay, so feed the multitude. So Philip looked at the multitude. And then he said, Jesus, even if we saved our money for the whole year,
Whole month.
the whole year, it's not enough to feed all these people.
Yes, because I'm so hungry and we're starving and we've been walking for a long time.
Oh, and Thor eats, and Hulk eats too much.
Yes, I
So-
like tacos and burritos.
Wow, do you like tacos and burritos too?
I like tacos. I don't like burritos.
Okay, so Philip didn't know what to do. And then another disciple came. And his name...
Andrew.
And why did you choose him for Andrew?
A.
A.
He has an A. So Andrew said, Lord, Lord, I see a little kid, and he has 2 fish and 5 loaves. Maybe he can feed the multitude.
What? 5 loaves?
But what is that? It's so little. How can he do that?
For me.
So what did Jesus say?
What?
What did Jesus say?
Jesus said, ask the boy if he can give his food and give it to the multitude.
Okay, say it louder so that everybody can hear you.
Ask the little boy if he can give his food to disciple and give it, and he can feed the multitude.
Okay, so he told the little boy. And of course, the little boy is...
Spider-Man.
So he said, Mr. Jesus, Mr. Jesus, Mr. Jesus, I have lunch. I only have... how many?
5 loaves of bread and 2 fish.
5 loaves of bread and 2 fish. But because I want to help, I'm giving you my lunch. So Jesus took the little boy's lunch and he gave it to his
Disciples.
And what did he tell his disciples to do?
Feed the multitude.
So now Jesus broke it. First, what Jesus did, Pastor Amara, what did Jesus do first when he received it?
He broke the
Bread.
bread,
And he
gave it to...
The disciples.
Yeah, but even before that, Jesus looked up to heaven and he thanked God because he knew that it will take a miracle to feed feed the multitude.
It's a miracle.
Yeah, but so he did it knowing that God can do a miracle, gave it to the hands of these disciples.
Okay, feed the multitude.
Oh, and the disciples fed everyone. And you know what? What happened, Judah?
Everyone was full.
Everyone was full, and there was
And there was
leftovers.
More than enough. Yes.
And so Jesus told the disciples, bring all the leftovers. Tell them.
bring all the leftovers.
So, please. Okay, Jesus is very polite. So they went, they gathered all the baskets, and the Bible said there was 12 baskets full of the fragments of bread and fish.
There's still left over after Hulk ate.
Yeah, even how Taka Hulk is, there was still leftovers. And it just shows that when God provides, He always provides more than enough.
Yep.
Do you believe that? When God gives, He always gives more than enough?
Yep.
Yes!
So what can we learn from the story? You know, Pastor Amara, what can you learn from the story?
The good thing is that when Jesus asked what is in his hands, what did the little boy do? He gave it to Jesus, and yes, he gave what the little boy had, the little that he had, he gave it to Jesus and allowed Jesus to do something about it. Right, Judah?
He fed the multitude, which is 5,000.
Yes. And so, what did we learn, kids? Whatever Jesus has given us, whatever amount that is, when Jesus asks for it, so that He can do something good with it, let's not hesitate to give it to Him, because surely He will do something great with it. He will always cause a miracle with whatever He has given us.
Yeah, and we believe that God is a generous God. He is a God of more than enough, and He is a God of miracles. So today, we have other kids now, another kid with her mommy, to share her story about how good God is and how He provides all the time.
Are you excited, Judah?
Are you excited to hear the story? We're excited too. Are you guys excited? Yeah! Yay! So enjoy the rest of the time, and until next week, bye!
Hi everyone, I'm Mommy Dona and I'm with my daughter, Sali, of Kingdom Kids, and for today, we will tell the story of Bread from Heaven. So, anak, do you know where we get our food from? market and store. Yes, you are right. But because of our situation,
Coronavirus.
yes, it's hard.
COVID-19.
COVID-19, it is hard to get food sometimes. And you know what? It is the same with the Israelites when they were in the desert. But God provided food for them. Okay? So let's see how God provides food for His people. Okay? So when the Israelites, that's our Israelites, so when the Israelites have been traveling in the desert for several weeks with Moses, the food that they bought from Egypt was,
gone.
yes, they are gone.
At not ditong guys.
But there were no grocery stores in the desert, so there were no fields or trees to get food from,
At water.
and there were no water. And instead of trusting God, the Israelites began complaining and grumbling.
I want the food.
Yes, they began complaining and grumbling. Now, but God knew that they were worried, and God knew that they were hungry too. So He knew that they needed healthy food to keep them strong. So God told Moses that He would send them food to eat. Okay? In the morning, thank you, Sally. So in the morning, thin white flakes lay on the ground all over them. The Israelites had never seen anything like it. And he said,
What is this?
yes, that is right. And Moses said, it is the food the Lord has given you to eat. Take and eat. The special food tasted like crackers and honey. And the people called it,
Manna.
yes, that's right. So the people called it manna, which means,
What is it?
what is it? That's right. And each morning, Moses said, each morning you will find manna on the ground. Get up early and gather enough for the day. That's right. But do not keep any overnight. But some people, they didn't listen. Yes, and they tried to save some manna for the next day. What happened? The next morning,
Manna gets spoiled.
yes, the manna was spoiled and it smelled really bad. Just like this. So the manna was spoiled and smelled really bad. So some people were lazy and did not gather enough for the whole day. But the hot sun melted the manna. The hot sun melted the manna. Yes. And those people went hungry until the next day. On the sixth day, Moses is here. And on the sixth day, Moses told the people, gather enough manna for 2 days because God will not send manna on the seventh day. Because
Bawal ikaw that Moses that because ginawala.
yes, that's right. And it is the day of rest. So again, some people did not listen to Moses. Again, yes. And they went out on the seventh day and no manna was found on the ground. So by the end of first week, everyone knew that they had to follow God's directions. As long as they gathered enough manna for the whole day, every morning, they gathered enough manna every morning, they had enough to eat. And on the sixth day, they had to gather enough for 2 days. For 2 days, that's right. And when the Israelites followed God's directions, they have fresh food every day. And God took care of their needs.
Tapos yung bird na hulog dito.
So the quail, yes, but we can tell the story of the quail next time, okay? Alright, so that is the story of manna or bread from heaven. Oh, thank you, Sally. So did you like the story? Yes, that's nice. And it would be nice if we can also experience having sweet bread every morning, right?
Yummy.
Yes, that's right. So, okay. So, Sally and I have a verse for this story. It is from Joel, chapter 6.
Joel.
Joel. Yes, but it is Joel, chapter 6, verse 26, and it says, "You will have plenty to eat, and you will praise the name of the Lord." That's right. And it is our challenge is to recite a verse about provision. Right. Okay, so thank you, everyone.
Bye-bye.
And thank you for today, and we'll see you soon. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you, Sally and Mommy Donna, for that wonderful story. Hi kids, this is your teacher Melchi, and that's the story of the Israelites in the wilderness after they were delivered from Egypt. The Israelites were on their way to the land where God has promised them, and as they were traveling, of course, they feel hungry and thirsty. But they were in the desert. That's why Moses prayed and asked God for his provision. And that's exactly what God did. They gave them manna and quails, right? The Israelite could trust that the Lord will provide for them. And we could also trust God that He will provide for us. Let me share you my favorite verse about provision in the Bible. In Genesis chapter 22 verse 14, it says, "On the Lord's mountain, He will provide." On that mountain, on that problem, know that God will provide. He will take care of our needs. God will do miraculous things for us. How about you? What's your favorite Bible verse about provision? Thank you for listening to us, and don't forget to share your video. See you!
That is so true! Jesus is our great provider. I hope you had fun with your storytelling time this week, kids. Are you now ready for your challenge? For this week, what you're gonna do is you're going to recite a verse that talks about provision and tell your mom and your dad to post it on the comment section of our story time challenge post on Facebook. Don't forget to join the Homeouts later at 3 p.m. to meet your teachers and friends. And that's it for today. See you again, kids, next Sunday for another story time at 2 p.m. here on Facebook. Bye!